What's going on? This is Justin and South Florida Community Impact, and I am so glad to be joined by Dr. Scott McClellan, the Dean of TIU Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Justin.
And also Art Bailey. He's the director of the new MBA program coming to TIU Florida. Good morning, Art.
Justin, it's great to be here.
We are glad to have you here. Now, we talked about the new Doctor of Ministry that was coming to TIU Florida, but now we're here to talk about the MBA program. It's kicking off in August, and big exciting things for Trinity International University.
Absolutely, very exciting. Sometimes we get confused as to which new program to be most excited about, but I think this one is really unique in the sense that there are a lot of Master of Business Administration programs around the area. You can go up and down 95 and see so many billboards for it, but this one is going to bring together what Trinity International University is known for, and that is the integration of faith and learning. And so it's thoroughly going to be taught from a Christian perspective.
Now, Art, you're the director of the new MBA program. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're seeing with this new program coming to Trinity International University.
Well, typical to most of the professors that we're going to have teaching, I come from the business community, although I have been teaching as an adjunct for Trinity for 22 years. So I've been around school a little bit and love it and love the students and the experience that we put together there. My vision has been for the last 5 years for us to be able to provide a program like this that's clearly faith-based throughout the Broward and Dade County community that many of our students ask for. And so we're excited to do that. I'm excited to have this opportunity to be part of directing and doing all the grunt work, making sure we have students and professors and programs and syllabuses and textbooks and all that goes into it. But I'm very excited to be part of this.
I think one of the great parts of the program, having Art, is that he is so thoroughly connected to the South Florida business community. We've been involved, in fact, I'm just a new graduate of Life Work Leadership, which is very, very popular down here, involved in getting to meet new people and to see just how well the South Florida business community is filled with very committed Christians who want to see the values of following Christ brought to the marketplace. I think it was Billy Graham who said that the next most important place for evangelism is the marketplace. And of course, we can see the news for the last number of years to see just how important that is to have personal, not only ethics, but also values that inform all of that. What Art's going to bring along with his own expertise is a number of professors more from an adjunct style, which is a little different than the traditional sense. But these are practitioners. These are people who are in the business world, so when they're teaching marketing, they're doing marketing. These are the folks who are actually impacting the community in that way. When they're doing issues of other forms of business enterprise, it's because they're coming right out of their offices, right to the classroom and bringing that to our students, and we think that is a very, very important piece of this program.
Yeah, I think it applies to real-world skills right there in the classroom.
Yes, I do. And one of the other aspects that we want to do to incorporate our business community is instead of having a typical board, we want an advisory panel of selected groups of these leaders to constantly speak into the program and tell them what's going on out there, what's so new or what's so different or what has changed, so that even mid-course we could change a course, a program, and bring in different material, bring in special speakers. We're integrating this program live and engaged with the local community in every way that we can. We have some other ideas that we're going to do as well that's going to enhance that dramatically. But that's our purpose, to make it live and real critical to what's happening.
Maybe we can just jump into a piece of that that we're very excited about. A lot of MBA programs will have case studies within the context of their classroom. And you can buy those. There's some wonderful ones from Harvard University. In fact, they're very, very famous. We're going to actually ask the people that we know in the South Florida community to come, say, in the first class that we have on a particular course of study and say, what case study could you bring us, an actual concern that you're trying to deal with right now? It'll be very relevant, it'll be very key, contemporary, and have our students break up into teams and have that person come back in about 4 or 5 weeks and have our people then bring their solutions. And we're hoping that what that will do is actually provide some great value add to the entire enterprise, but also get our students into the habit of dealing with issues that actually are part of the South Florida context.
And live with people that feel the dysfunction and the issues that are trying to overcome with real life people and real life concerns, and these teams will have the opportunity to go into those companies as teams and do research that will create a real robust kind of response to that. And they'll be making formal presentations to that business leader when they come back. And then all that information will be just turned over to the business leader.
That's great. Again, it's just bringing real-world aspects into the classroom. Now, Trinity International University is only one of 2 faith-based universities here in South Florida. So for someone looking to obtain an MBA from a faith-based university, well, TIU now has it.
Certainly, to clarify that, faith-based in an evangelical Christian type of context, we do have a number of other universities that certainly have a commitment to Christ in some form or another. Ours, we think, is quite thoroughly committed, again, evangelical. Our school, which is connected to Deerfield, Illinois' main campus, has been around since 1887. Here in South Florida, we are the continuation of Miami Christian College, which now is in the Davie-Fort Lauderdale area, very close to the Fort Lauderdale Airport, right along the I-595 corridor between University and Pine Island. We think it's very convenient for people even from Palm Beach, as well as Broward and Miami-Dade. So yeah, that evangelical tradition we think is very, very important, because it's not something that you separate and go to church on Sunday and the rest of the week you don't worry about it. We really want to inculcate in our people the idea that following Christ is something you do every day of the week, including in your office or in your business.
We're talking with Dr. Scott McClellan, Dean of TIU Florida, and Art Bailey, Director of the new MBA program coming in August to Trinity International University. Now, a big thing on everyone's mind is jobs, obviously. Everyone who is out of work is obviously trying to get back in the workplace, and even college grads now who are leaving with a bachelor's degree are having trouble getting into the work field. What is an MBA? How does that differ from a bachelor, and how will that help them land their new job?
Over the last 20 years, what has been happening in the business community is that it used to be, prior to that, a high school education was sufficient and get you in the business community, even in a leadership role. It's now to the point where a bachelor's degree, it just gets you in the door. It's like a high school degree was 25 years ago. So now to make a differentiation of who you are and bring some credibility to that business community, a master's level, whether it's an MBA or in psychology or some other field, puts you just another step above most of the other applicants. And an MBA in the business community is certainly the key, most sought after degree.
We were just talking before we went on air that in job creation, it seems like it's very, very difficult to rely on the government to be able to make jobs for us. Doesn't matter who's in the White House. If you wait around waiting for someone to create a job for you, you're actually falling behind. You need to be available to present yourself with all the credentials possible. And an MBA has been proven, and there's lots of studies on this, to actually so increase the skill set that a person can go in, and while we are thinking very strongly these days about student debt and what these programs would cost, there is a lot of study that shows that you earn again in your increased income after you receive an MBA enough to pay off any of those debts. So there's a real great balancing going on here, that you're doing all you can to get yourself trained and educated, and the job market will respond to that, we see. But if you're just waiting and you're hoping that you'll have on-the-job experience, you're not doing all you can to present yourself fully qualified.
So what does someone do? Like my wife, just recently graduated with her Bachelor's of Business. And what does she need to do? What can she do right now to go ahead and get started with the new MBA program coming in August?
Well, we'd encourage anybody. It's one of the great things about being a rather small university is that we can have a very personal effect on people and look right into their situation and talk with them and customize an approach for them in many ways to see if they're prepared for the MBA and if it would do the best job for them. We have a toll-free number they can call, 855-TIU for MBA. TIU for MBA, 855 TIU 4, the number 4, MBA. Or look us up on the web at florida.tiu.edu/MBA. Take you right to our MBA webpage and get all the information there. But we'd be happy to talk with you, and again, about your particular situation and take you to the next step.
Now, one more thing. What makes this program at TIU so unique?
I think it's all about our vision. In order to make a difference in the world, we believe that business leaders are maybe in the best position to do that. They can create the right kind of resources, sufficient resources to make a difference. So our vision is that our students will leave our program understanding that all these skills and abilities that they've created and that they've learned and have created within themselves can be used to create such a successful platform, a business platform, that can be used as a jumping off point to doing something great in the world, we refer to as the greater good, for Christ, in a way that to meet the needs of the local community or the world or wherever that vision leads them personally. But it's not just to learn how to do economics and finance and accounting and HR and leadership and whatever, so you can have a good job and create a good business. But that's only to create a baseline, a platform to doing much greater in the community, so that our vision is beyond our business, whether our product or service can do that directly or the resources collected or the connections in the community through that.
Yeah, as Art says, I would agree that we are looking for what's called a balanced bottom line. So often it's profit. And as long as you get profit, you get return on investment and so forth, people think that's a satisfactory solution. We believe it's the importance of the integrity of the person, the character of the person that's doing that, there are ingrown restraints that need to be there as to how you get to that balanced bottom line. But even more than that, we believe right from the beginning, even in Genesis, there's a cultural mandate given to us there to be co-creators along with God, to be sure that what we're doing with our environment, what we're doing with relationships to people, which is what business enterprise is all about, is not only God-honoring, but in our case, Christ-centered, and will show our commitment to Christ in every phase of business, in every phase of our personal life.
Program kicking off in August. For more details, florida.tiu.edu/MBA, or you can call 855 TIU, the number 4, MBA. Dr. Scott McClellan, he's the Dean of TIU Florida. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you, Justin.
And Art Bailey, the Director of the new MBA program.
Thanks, Justin, as well.
Again, more information, florida.tiu.edu or 855. What was it again?
TIU for MBA.
There we go. Edit. 855 TIU, the number 4, MBA. And as always, you can check out our website, wayfm.com, for more details on this program and more right here on 88.1 Way FM, our website, wayfm.com. We'll see you next week.